AIMS is a center for training, research, and outreach. And we have touched on one dimension of what we do today, but there's another division, and that is our AIMS School Enrichment Center. And we've decided to include them in this ceremony because many courses are given every year, and there are a number of students and teachers who attend these, and some of them are here today. Now, before introducing Tony Bearden, the founder, and Barry Barnard, I would just like to say that Tony has, with untiring energy, worked and campaigned and given her time freely to this initiative. It's a very, very important part of what we do. It is a cornerstone of what we need in South Africa. We need teachers, and we need math teachers. It is hard in this space because people come with weaker qualifications. They have to do a lot of work at the same time, and they have to sacrifice holidays for this. But AIMSSEC has been remarkably successful. They've trained over 1,000 teachers so far, and they've got more. They've been recently awarded part of a grant with us. It's one of our initiatives by the National Skills Fund, by the Department of Higher Education and Training. And it's due to the work and impact they've had that this is happening. So I'd like to call on Barry Barnard, the academic manager, and the founder, Tony Bearden, to come up and say a few words and give these awards to the teachers who have done so well. Thank you.
Morning, distinguished guests. AIMSSEC is the Schools Enrichment Center of AIMS, and we're also celebrating our 10 years in coexistence with AIMS. So since 2004, we have trained more than 1,000 teachers, mathematics teachers, from all provinces in South Africa on our mathematical thinking course, which is a short course, and also we have 102 graduates on our 2-year advanced certificate in education, which most people refer to as the ACE course. So today, we would like to hand over special awards to 6 of our students who have graduated over the years. And I would like to ask Tony Bearden, the founder and chair of AIMSSEC, to hand over these awards. The students can please come forward. In partnership with the University of Fort Hare, we have produced 31 graduates on the ACE course, and these students were all graduating in East London in May this year. So we've selected 5 of those who were the outstanding teachers or students on our course. So we'd like to hand over special awards to these teachers, and I would like to invite the following onto the stage for the FET phase, grades 10 to 12, Ms. Cecilia Perring. Ms. Thelma Voigt. They are both from Port Elizabeth. And now for the senior phase, grades 7 to 9, Mr. Clinton Mtee. Clinton is from East London. Mr. Mslanga Gali. He's from Coffee and Baba. For the intermediate phase, it's Mpumi Magolo. And Mpumi is from Queenstown. Then AIMSSEC, in partnership with IMSSSEC, the Institute for Mathematical Science Teaching of the University of Stellenbosch, we've produced together 71 graduates on the ACE course since 2009 and up to 2012. This program has now ended, but we've selected one teacher representing all the groups to hand over a special prize to, Ms. Sagre Pillay. Ms. Pillay is from Durban. We'd like to thank Tony for handing over these prizes, and also we've asked Ms. Pillay to give a short few words about her experience on the AIMSSEC courses.
I hope it's a case of short and sweet. In his address to the Organization of African Unity in June 1998, a great, benevolent, and wise man said, and I quote, "No doubt Africa's renaissance is at hand, and our challenge is to steer the continent through the tide of history," unquote. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. I bring warm greetings from, and I mean warm, from KZN. I am very honored today to have been asked to say a few words on behalf of all the AIMSSEC students. While that great man lies in hospital fighting for his breath at the ripe age of 94, and whilst the nation, indeed the world, holds its breath, I can only dwell upon Nelson Mandela's many wise words. And this quote brings to mind the work of AIMS and AIMSSEC, as I believe the work done here contributes to that African Renaissance. And the hands that steer this institute are the hands that steer the continent. My journey with AIMSSEC began in 2009 when I attended the MT11 course in July, MT being mathematical thinking. That I recall was a full 10-day course with many visiting tutors, with Tom McIntyre from Scotland and our local Donald Katz being my tutors. We had long days beginning at 8 in the morning and ending at 9 p.m. every day. For me, the education, the paradigm shift, and the broadening of my mind and my mindset began on day one, when I reached my room only to realize that I would, for the first time in my life, be sharing a room with not one, but two strangers, two women from Limpopo. They looked at this Indian, and I looked at the two African women, and all three, when we later compared notes, thought, "Oh, gross." Needless to say, we had a 10-day blast in each other's company, became great buddies, and were very grateful for an opportunity to have been up close with someone from another race, another province, and another culture. From that mathematical thinking course, I, like my colleagues present here today, have grown as teachers. And 4 years down the line, I still use the skills and tips from that course, the journal being the one that stands out firmly in front. The ability to critically evaluate your day is crucial to your success as a teacher. That became very clear to me at that course. I was amazed at the zeal, the zest, and the love for advancement that all our tutors displayed. I mean, really, one look at Tony striding along the corridors of Stellenbosch High School makes you realize that age is just a number. I made it my goal to go into each day with that kind of enthusiasm and planning. Today, my learners, little grade 4 learners in the maths class, applaud when I enter the class because they expect to have another day of fun whilst learning maths. At the end of that year, I was selected to join the ACE course at Stellenbosch University, and my colleagues present here at the University of Fort Hare. The ACE course was no different, with tutors who brought out the best in me. It was through these tutors, their constant encouragement, their approach, and their approachability that I scored nothing less than an A in every single assignment that I submitted in the 2-year period. I give them all the credit. My small confined world opened to herald in the internet chat sessions, the online course discussions, and telematic tutoring sessions. Each new experience carved another facet in our lives as teachers, made us eager to try new approaches, and made us come alive in front of the classroom. Today, as a result of my interaction with so many different people, to mention a few, Tony, Barry, Jeff, Diana, Tom, Donald, Ingrid, Sari, Marina, and many others, I am amazingly confident in front of my class and amongst my peers as well. We, sitting here today, can now make suggestions to our colleagues, especially when they need a stimulating activity to get that lesson started or to find a creative new way to approach a maths lesson. The evening plenaries have always intrigued me, so much so that in my years here, as a student and as a teaching assistant, I have attended every one of these evening plenaries, even when I had the opportunity to take an early night. I have always known that the teacher of maths has to be multifaceted. When I was in primary school, up to grade 8, I received the Maths Award each year. Sadly, however, in matric, I could not get a grasp of the subject. My teacher was a brilliant mathematician, but sadly, I do believe was a poor teacher, who lost us in the first 10 minutes into the lesson. This course taught us to be innovative, creative, well-planned, and organized teachers, as teachers should be. After all, aren't teachers responsible for all the other professions? I'm with the Institute now for 4 years, and I cannot summarize my experience in a 3-minute talk. Maybe an hour would have been more appropriate. So I'd like to congratulate AIMS on its 10th anniversary, the Turok family for their vision, to Barry Barnard for his gentle, approachable leadership, and to Tony for setting such a fine example to us teachers. And I can attest to the fact that AIMS has the ability to mold and remold the minds of the people who come in contact with this institute. Thank you for lighting the flame in us, and may AIMS grow in strength, stature, and success. Our beloved Nelson Mandela said of Ubuntu, that to define it as kindness towards human beings is just too mild. Instead, he says, it is to do with one's humanity being enriched by another's. It is what adds globally to our common search for a better world. So to Mr. Turok, Tony, Barry Barnard, and the team, we, the AIMSSEC students, salute you. Thank you very much.